Master the shutter speed, and your videos can do all these tricks. When the shutter speed is set to 1x the frame rate, the image produced is most in line with the visual habits of the human eye, which effectively reduces the sense of lag in the image. When there is plenty of light, a scrim is needed to reduce the shutter speed, because the aperture is needed to control the depth of field. The ISO is kept at its native stock by default. If you shoot 25 frames, the shutter should be set to 1/50th of a second. When there is not enough light, it is necessary to set up a light to enhance the illumination of the scene. How can you tell how many stops of scrim you need? Here's the formula. With aperture and ISO unchanged, the stop mark is equal to the desired shutter value divided by the shutter value for normal exposure without ND. If you need a shutter value of 1/50th second, the shutter value for normal exposure without ND is 1/1000 second. Then 1/50th divided by 1/1000 equals 80. Check the gear comparison chart. The gear you need is 6th or 7th, and so on. The one I used, an H&Y branded 1.5 to 1.0 stop variable scrim, basically controls shutter speeds in the range of 1/100th of a second to 1/5000th of a second down to 1/50th of a second, to match the 25 FPS shooting frame rate. What if the shutter then drops down? Downscaling, using your scrim, to reduce the shutter speed to 1/8 of a second. You can basically achieve a 1K wide style drag image. If you're curious, try exploring the wonderful world of 1/24 to 1/8 of a second at 24 FPS. You can control your shutter more efficiently and flexibly with a variable scrim. If you're shooting at an angle where you have a direct face toward the light source, add a matte box to prevent lens flare from making the image unusable. You can also add a piece of black mist to soften the highlight or contrast of the image. Recommended 1/4 or 1/8 gear for a moderate effect that is not counterproductive. What if you increase the shutter speed? You can achieve a tricked out version of the high lift frame. Try to shoot a high frame rate like 50 FPS, and in the post, you plan to slow it down 20 times, i.e. 1000 FPS. Then increase the shutter speed to at least 1/2000 second. The higher the better. Later on, enter the jaw of Vinci using the optical flow method of pinning calculations to get a high fidelity slow motion video with good results. The higher the shutter speed, and the silver the single frame obtained, the better the calculation. What if you take photos and use an ND to reduce the shutter speed to a few seconds, or even tens of seconds? You can achieve the effect of traffic, brilliant star trails, flowing clouds, and so on. If that's not enough, you can also stack multiple scrims. We are currently using the H&Y filter system, which combines the functions of a variable adapter ring and an adjustable scrim into one. For lens group mount coverage, the 1.5 to 10 stops of variable light reduction also greatly improves shooting efficiency. With a flick of the switch, you can easily cope with changing field conditions. No need to go back and forth changing filters at different stops. Always remember to pick your scenery when installing. Use with H&Y's magnetic filters. They stick very tightly without worrying about falling off. The matte box is also magnetic, making it quick and easy to install and remove. You can also see them in my previous videos. It really is a treasure filter.